This meeting is now being recorded.
Good afternoon, Derby agents. This is Kevin Shady. Got Sherm Henderson, Mike Wagner here at Derby headquarters at Derby Central in Louisville, downtown. Actually, not downtown. We're east of town, aren't we? Louisville, Kentucky. Having a great day, a great week. Hope you guys are having some fantastic selling opportunities and closing a lot of business out there. I know we've got some tremendous opportunities that are coming in the way on the mobile apps and the hosted IP side, as well as several of our other solutions partners that are out there. Today you're going to hear, as we've been mentioning in the messages and the emails and the texts, from Corey Young with SignaPay, and he's going to go through and walk you through the merchant services opportunity that he has for you and your clients to reduce their credit card processing costs. So Corey, take it away.
Hello, everyone. Corey Young here. I'm the controller for SignaPay. I run all of our accounting and finance. I also help out on the sales side when needed. Today I'm going to be explaining a little bit about what we do and how you guys can benefit and make a little extra revenue when you're looking at your telecom stuff and any other products that you're selling. Primarily, the products that we offer all revolve around taking some sort of electronic payment. That's credit cards, debit cards. We have products for ACH. We sell point-of-sale terminals and credit card terminals. If a restaurant needs a point-of-sale, we have that kind of stuff. We have two different types of mobile payments. We have a product that's very competitive and similar to when you hear the Square or PayPal, that kind of stuff. And then we also have a true mobile platform for a merchant account that's a little more sophisticated, links into QuickBooks, things like that. We also take transactions through internet gateways, shopping carts, things like that. So any e-commerce or apps, things like that. If there's anything that accepts credit card payments through that type of portal, then we can work with that too. And then we also are real diligent on making sure any merchants that we do business with are on the up and up, and we really watch for chargebacks and fraudulent transaction and try to protect those merchants from those types of situations. As it relates to Derby agents, really all we're trying to do is allow you guys to ask a couple simple questions to get one of your customers' credit card processing statements. That's kind of the key transactions for you. When you're going in there and you're trying to save money on their telecom, or maybe sell them a new phone system or any other products that you might have. At the same time, it can be real simple to say, as part of Derby's commitment to helping you provide cost-effective solutions, we've got a new partner in the credit card processing industry. You can continue that to say, if you would give me a copy of your credit card processing statement, I can pretty much guarantee that we'll be able to save you some money over what you're doing now. We're a pretty good size processor in the industry. We got some great wholesale pricing, so there's not too many of our competitors out there that are going to price us out of being in the mix to earn business. So all you got to do is ask for a copy of that monthly processing bill. You can send it over to us. We have a couple different ways. You can email that to derby@signapay.com, or you can upload it directly to a website that we have, signapay.com/Derby, and we'll get a copy of that statement, and then we'll close that lead for you. So the main goal for you guys is just to get us a copy of that statement, and then we'll look at it, we'll price it, we'll keep you in the loop on what's going on, and then we'll close that business for you. It's a little bit of what I just talked about, but yeah, so you can email us the application, upload it. We'll try to take everything and reprogram terminals, or if we need to sell them new terminals, we'll take care of that for you. We'll upsell and try to get some additional revenue streams like gift cards, loyalty programs, or the one that I think really works well with a lot of the telecom is the working capital lines that you get off of credit card processing. You know, in today's environment, companies getting money for capital expenditures is getting a little bit tougher to come by. So if you want to try to sell someone, say, 10 phones, PBX, or maybe they need a couple new routers or a new server or whatever hardware it is you're trying to sell them, we can give them a working capital advance off of their credit card processing. It usually works out to be about 125% of whatever monthly volume that they're doing. So our best case scenario is, let's say you bring in someone that's doing $10,000 a month in volume. You need to sell them new phones. They can't afford it. We can get the advance, which you would get a commission on the advance and the processing. You make the sell on the new phones. You get paid there. You get the credit card processing. Now you get paid on that, and then you get paid a one-time commission on the capital advance as well. So that's the best case scenario right there, if we can do something like that with you guys to help you close business on several different fronts and not just on the product that we're offering. A little bit more on the cash advance. It's not a loan. What they do is the cash advance is calculated, again, around 125% of the monthly credit card volume. They send it to the customer, and then what they do, we take it a small percentage of each month's credit card volume going forward to repay the advance. So it's a lot easier to get than going to the bank and applying for credit line or one-time loan for some hardware. We know that the credit card volume's coming in, and if we'll just take a small piece of that each month until the funds are paid back. We have a pretty strong team. What's that?
What percentage is small when you say small, please?
It really depends on the situation. I would say it could go up to 25%. It just really depends on the strength of the merchant and the strength of the credit card volume that's there, so and how much of that advance is needed. It's hard to say for sure. It's very much on a case-by-case basis. One of the nice things about our company here is that we're big enough to where we get great pricing in the industry, but we're small enough to where our core management team is available to help with special situations, basically just a phone call away. Our president, Jeff, he's been around this industry for about 20 years now. He's been at some of the major processors in the country at First Data, Chase Payment Tech, and he helped bring Priceline on. And then I've been here for about a year now. I actually came from a couple different backgrounds, and so I'm still somewhat new to the credit card processing space, but I've always been on the customer side of it and trying to save money on my monthly processing. At the last place I was at, we processed about $1 million a month in credit card volume. We sold wholesale flooring to retail flooring stores. So lots of different ways to help different types of customers accept credit card payments. We wanted to give an example of what a transaction for you guys might look like. So Trey with Rescue Communications, they went out on a sales call for Joplin AC to try to get their telco business. Well, they had recently just entered in a new contract, and so they're locked into that for 2-3 years, and so in a typical scenario, they would have had to kind of put them on a reminder keep in touch with them, hopefully be in the mix when the next round of bids came out, and try to earn the business there. Well, they asked the next question was, what were they doing for their credit card processing, and it turns out they have about 30 trucks where they're sending their repairmen out, to service AC, heating and AC out and around the Dallas Metroplex, and these guys take credit card payments, from their mobile device. Well, they decided they would go ahead and let us take a shot at it, see if we could save them some money, and they were actually able to save that company about $1,000 a month on their credit card processing. So now there's an opportunity that Trey would not have normally have been able to get any revenue on with that sales call, but now he's got an additional revenue stream, and not only that, by earning that customer's trust and saving him some money, I guarantee the next time when that telecom bill's up for a rebid, he's going to get a shot at that business as well. What we really want to try to do for you guys is just really keep it simple. We want you to be able to sell more products and services, not only our products, but also the additional products that you guys have. If it's the LED light bulbs or phone systems, if we can help your customer get the cash for that, we'll do that. If it's just being able to offer better credit card services, we'll definitely do that. We've got some new products that we're rolling out here in the near future for companies we've made investments in. For example, a charity auction software company. And so if you're big in the charity space or church area, we have a mobile kiosk that's coming out for churches where the church members can make donations at the kiosk in the church, and it links all to the tax reporting and everything that the church needs to do. And this product is free to the church. We just make money off the processing. And then internet gateways and mergers into apps. I mean, that's pretty much where everything's going. So we're trying to take our business, to the mobile. That's where all the transactions are happening these days. We don't want you guys to try to learn our business or learn our industry. All we want you to know what to do is to ask the right questions to get us the processing statement, and we'll be able to close the business for you. If any of you want to take the initiative to learn more about our business, we'll be happy to share whatever knowledge it is that you would like, but we want to try to make this just a simple extra sell for you guys, just knowing how to get that statement, and that's the hardest part, really. So if you can do that, you make it easy for everyone. Pretty much everything here is pretty easy to integrate. We usually have about a 24-hour turnaround on the time we get a statement, and we'll get the pricing out and save that merchant some money. Get them assuming they say yes, we get them the application, and we can have them up and running and taking transactions on our back ends in about 24 hours, 48 hours at the most. And then again, we have a strong support team here. We have a direct sales department that can call on customers for you if you prefer that method. We have some of our partners that they give us a list of their business leads and we call on their behalf, or we can take the statements as you guys send them in. So we want to do whichever way is the most convenient and the most efficient for the way that you run your business. And then again, so many ways to profit: gift cards, merchant cash advances, the credit card processing, charity auction software. We try to provide a lot of different revenue streams to people who are referring business to us. And at the 30,000-foot view, I mean, that's pretty much it. It's not too terribly complicated what we do. I mean, we're just trying to take credit card transactions and electronic payments by any means possible, which in today's world there's about a million different ways people use credit cards. And so each scenario is different, and we try to work a custom solution for each one of you depending upon what type of business that you're running, what type of customers that you're going after. it's very customized, and we just want to make sure that we're doing everything we can to help you guys close more business.
Hey, Corey, this is Kevin Shady. I think we're going to open it up for questions now, and I've got one to get us started. A couple of things. One, we've got agents that are on this call that understand what you've presented now and understand the opportunity. So what's in it for them, and when do they get it, and how quickly do they get it? Because I think that's different than some of the other products that they're used to. And then secondly, from a reporting perspective, how much detailed reporting is available both to the client as well as to the agent?
Sure. First, we'll go over the reporting, because that reporting is what drives everything. So we have a couple different back-end processors that we have to put these transactions through. Those processors send a statement to the merchant every month that details how their transactions were ran, how much volume, the number of transactions. It lists all their fees, everything on there that merchant needs to know. That's what you're trying to get from your customers. So that is the same data that drives the portals that the agents will have access to see how much volume. They'll basically see everything that your customer's seeing, you'll see, but you'll be seeing it on the sales level, not on the merchant level. And so that will tell you how much you made, your pricing, everything that goes into the revenue stream. Now, the revenue stream, the way it works is every day the customer batches out their credit cards, and we take those credit card transactions and we sum them up over the course of a month. So anything, we'll take April for example. Each day the customer batches out, we reconcile those transactions, and at the end of the month we send that statement to the customer. And then we take all the sum of all those transactions, and then we calculate the payment stream off of that. And those payment streams go out about the 20th of the following month. So all the revenue that's generated in April will get paid around, usually it's around May 20th, May 21st. It just kind of depends on when those transactions settle with us. So, but it's usually always around the 20th of the month. And so you'll be able to go in and see reporting on all of that, all those transactions. Now, what you can kind of expect to make, because it's hard to say exactly, it's because every month the volumes will fluctuate with your merchants, but a good back-of-the-napkin figure to think about is for every $100,000 in processing volume, you can probably expect to make about $200 that month.
That's perfect. And what's the installation piece of this too? How quickly does it turn up, and and does that revenue start accumulating?
So the processing can't start until whatever form of payment device that they're using is installed. A lot of times you'll see terminals, right? The little, they swipe it through the little terminal, the little paper prints out, and they give it to you. It takes probably about 20-30 minutes to download a reinstall of those types of terminals. If it's a type of terminal that can't be reinstalled, then we'll ship out a pre-programmed terminal to those people. And another little sales pitch to be looking for as you're out, if you see someone that has one of those terminals and it's plugged in with a POTS line, then that's pretty old technology, and we'd rather give them an IP-based terminal that runs off a Cat5, and then not only are you saving them money on their processing, but you can kill that POTS line and save them $20-30 a month or whatever a POTS line's costing them these days. So, maybe get rid of some stuff that they're not using. It's some older technology anyway. So, but it takes about 30-45 minutes to reprogram a terminal, and that's all part of the process from the time they sign the application, go through underwriting, and get their terminal reprogrammed. You're looking at about 24 hours, 48 hours max. I would say 48 hours if there's some bumps in the underwriting, if they have something that's not looking right for the underwriting part of it. But it's a fast turnaround, and as soon as that terminal's reprogrammed and they start running transactions, that's when the revenue stream starts.
So once they get a customer to start the process and get their application, within 1 to 2 business days, they can start generating billable commissions, right?
Yes.
That's strong. Now, if they have to replace the terminal, how long does that take? I missed that part.
We'll ship it out, and a lot of times we usually ship it 2-day ground. Just depends on how fast it's needed, really. If we need to get it there overnight, we'll definitely ship it there overnight. And just, whatever's the best solution to make it work for you and the customers, that's what we're going to do. So, and with today's world, more and more is going to e-commerce or some sort of web type payment. That's a whole lot faster because you just jump in on the back end of the gateway or however they're taking that transaction and just put the new IDs in, and then that's instant. There's no downloading programs or anything over the phone.
Anybody else got any other questions out there?
Yes, this is Ron Leeds. I'm intrigued by the cash advance. So I understand the principle and how it works. So if you're doing 125%, using your example at 10, you're getting basically a cash advance of $12.5 monthly. You said you take a small percentage. What is a small percentage?
It depends.
What's the point?
Yeah, it depends on. Again, it's on a case-by-case basis. I would say if you want a worst-case scenario, so worst case, then you're looking at 25% payback of 25% of that month's volume. Usually it's quite a bit smaller than that, but if it's a riskier type merchant and very erratic volumes, then that percentage is going to be a bit higher to try to get that payback period down. I believe the payback period on those, they try to aim them for 7 to 9 months.
Okay.
If you have a merchant with a nice, what's that?
You're not really charging interest then.
No. The fees are definitely built into the payback. But again, because it's such easy money to get, how it's going to be more expensive than going out and getting a bank loan, but it's a lot easier to qualify and a lot easier to get than a bank loan. So restaurants are an industry that we have a lot of success with this. You need some new cooking equipment in the back. The banks really don't like to lend restaurants money because of the risk of going out of business, and so, but restaurants take a ton of credit cards, and we usually see a lot of repeat customers from the restaurant business.
But Corey, this is Kevin. I mean, it is still at about a 25 or 30% interest rate, right?
No, I don't believe it's that high.
Okay.
I would say probably you're looking at more around the 12% if you had to try to figure out what the true cost of it was. I mean, it's definitely more expensive than a bank loan, but it's a easier way to get funds than a bank loan too. And we usually see customers, once they do it, they usually do it more than once.
Kevin, from my experience, like with Gray Bar on our equipment leases, it's 10%. So if Corey's saying around 12, that's a number that should be easily to work in that aspect of it.
Yeah, we have equipment leases too, where that we use a lot, especially for like large, expensive point of sales, and they're both priced not too far apart. I mean, they're both pricey, but it's a solution for the customer that otherwise it would be hard for them to get, right?
All right, thanks.
Hey, Kevin, it's Trey with Rescue. I wanted to just kind of give everybody a taste of what's the potential that's out there. We had a deal that we just closed on the telecom side, a 3-location MPLS deal. It's probably going to be somewhere between, when it's all said and done, close to $5,000 a month, and we'll make our commission off that and everything else. Well, we talked to them about merchant services after they were excited about what we had done on the telecom side, and it's 3 pharmacies, and it turns out they do about $1 million a month in credit card transactions, and we're probably looking at around increasing our revenue within that account by about $1,000 to $1,200 a month, because they're going to let us do their processing as well. So, you guys go through and figure out, the different shops that you work with on the telecommunications side, what you make on a $5,000 account, whatever percentages you're at, and then figure out what it would be if you add an extra $1,200 a month to that. I mean, it's a pretty impressive number, and it more than doubled our revenue for the account. So that's the kind of potential that's out there by just asking the question, hey, what are you guys doing for your merchant processing?
And if we need to work with each of you independently to help come up with some marketing ideas, or a pitch to maybe have a specific industry that you're working that we need to kind of make a customized pitch to, just let us know. We'll be happy to do whatever we can to help you with the marketing, help you get in, or help you find a niche into your customers to close as much business as possible.
Okay, we got any other questions out there, guys? Now's the time to ask them.
No? Brain's noodling.
Well, I'm sure you'll come up with several more, too. Corey and Trey, hey, I appreciate both you guys taking time out to walking us through SignaPay once more and making sure that our agents understand the opportunity that's there and how simple and easy it is, and how simple it is for them to add these additional revenues or use it as a way to cost benefit some of the other solutions they're trying to market, whether it's on the telco side with hosted IP or MPLS networks, or a mobile app, or a social media management, or whatever it is, LED lights, whatever it is you're trying to bring a solution for your customer and help them with the upfront costs. I appreciate that very much, guys.
Oh, you're welcome.
Our pleasure.
Okay, so I'm going to switch the call now quickly before we wrap up to kind of go through a couple of the promotions and make sure that you're aware of the solutions partners and the promotions they got out there for the second quarter. And, of course, as always, you can find this information very quickly, very simply, and very easily by just looking at your Derby Agency mobile app. And I know each and every one of you have your Derby Agency mobile app on your smartphone by now. And for those of you that don't, get it in gear and download it. It's free. It's right there. It gives you all the contacts, names, numbers, email addresses at the push of a button for every solutions partner. It tells you what promotions they've got going on, and it allows you also to put in and submit opportunities that go directly to us as well as to the partners, and start the process that much faster than trying to run people down through all the meetings and stuff and have calls and emails and all that kind of stuff. So just want to let you know, please download it if you haven't. So a couple of the larger promotions I want to tout this week. I hope you know and understand that for every mobile app that you sell this quarter, $1,000 up front from eSuite Media, $1,000, plus you'll get 20% residual on the MRC. So you get a third of that $3,000 design fee for the app, a third of it. If you want to reduce the cost for your customer, you can drop it down, their rate down from $3,000 to $2,500, and you just take $500, which is very close to what the normal upfront payment is. You still get the 20% residual on the monthly recurring. So that's a great promotion that they've got out. Comcor has two promotions going on right now. One, you bring $8,000 in new business by the end of February next year, $8,000 in new monthly business by the end of February next year, and you get a brand new Elio. And if you haven't seen them, they're these three-wheelers that are just some funky-looking car out there that's going to be created and built. They're starting production this summer out of Atlanta, Georgia. And go ahead and take a look at them if you haven't. They're phenomenal-looking vehicles. They get 84 miles to the gallon. 84 miles to the gallon. They're a two-seater, and they look pretty sharp. So all you need is $8,000 in monthly recurring business by February of 2015 to qualify for that. The second promotion involves Comcor's Ringbox, new 4-phone, 4 lines, a very expensive router, all in one nice package and simple box. Plug and play. It truly is plug and play. I know you've heard that a lot, but it really is plug and play for those small businesses out there. And if they don't need 4 lines, you can replace one of those phones with a fax line / fax phone. All you got to do is just let them know when they're signing up, and they can go through the process. For that, you get a $100 bounty for each ring box that's sold during the second quarter. Actually, through the end of the year, I believe, on that one. The third one that I want to make sure you're aware of is PGI's promotion. They've got a $25,000 lifetime, or it's a vacation of a lifetime, up to $25,000 for you and your family to go wherever you want, whenever you want. So the key is you've got to be the largest selling agent during the second quarter. And you've got to hit a minimum, of course, there's a minimum, total contract value of $250,000. I know that sounds like a lot, but remember, we're talking about the total contract value. So you get someone to sign up for a Global Meet license or licenses for their whole company and sign a 3-year term at $40 a month. That's 175 licenses. Guys, that's not very many. So if you got some larger opportunities with some larger customers and clients out there, take advantage of that and get yourself in play. Even if you don't win the prize, the grand prize, and somebody sells more than you, there are plenty of other promotions within this promotion that PGI has on where you can earn some serious cash in terms of Visa gift cards and things like that. So take a look on the app, and you'll see the different promotions that are out there and available. So that kind of wraps it up for me. Sherm, you got anything to add?
I think we're good.
All right, it's Derby week next week, guys, so we won't be having an all-agent call on Thursday at 2 o'clock, but we will be back the first week in May. Hold on.
Speaking about Derby week, it's always been a tradition of mine to post the winners on the Wednesday or Thursday before the Kentucky Derby. For those of you who go to Derby parties and for those of you who like to play $2 wagers, I will be having Kevin, in lieu of not having the call, I will put out the winners of the Kentucky Derby this year. First, second, and third, I will put out the daily double. I will put out the trifecta. And in this year, a new addition to it, I will be adding the superfecta. And if you remember, 2 years ago, we hit the superfecta for $128,000. So some of you might want to take a chance on it. We didn't do too good last year, but 2 years ago, we really did good. So I've got my main bookie guys, Mr. Mike Wagner and Kevin Shady, helping me put this together, so you'll have some winners with some great jockeys on them. And I hope everybody watches the Kentucky Derby. It's going to be a fabulous race this year. Just hope we get some good weather. So I look forward to 2 weeks from today. Hope you will join SignaPay and really take a hard look at what they're doing. We are having some tremendous success with 2 major carriers right now on engaging them to use their product. And I think you'll see as time goes by, and it's going by quickly, more and more people are going to credit card usage. So take a hard look. You got any questions at all, feel free to call Kevin, myself, Mike, or either one of the guys at SignaPay. Trey has got a bountiful number of answers, and his promotion is anybody that sells $100,000 gets to come to Dallas and have dinner with him. Right, Trey? Trey must have left.
Absolutely.
All right, well, I'm just throwing that in there for you. Or you can come to Louisville, Kentucky and have dinner with me and Kevin. So, have a great Derby, guys. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Sherman.
All right, thank you.
Is that it?